Hi everyone. My husband is upstairs putting my kids into the bath, so you might hear them. But today is day 27. And what is starting to happen is that all of the changes that I've made have really started getting into my body and integrating into my body. So I'll make a decision that I can feel is against my body, and it will feel really, really bad. And I'll be really excited about the counter decision for that. Well, excitement, like I could feel the excitement in my body, but what is being expressed is more of a sadness. So I'm feeling really sad today because I can feel so much of who I know myself to be is just falling off in chunks. And it's every part of me that I've allowed myself to be so far has been someone that I've known myself to be from the past. Like from, I was like this in high school, or I was like this back then, or this is what happened when I awakened and I cut myself off, or various other things that I know that I've experienced, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm letting go of layers and chunks that I've never experienced my life without. And it's really sad. Surprisingly sad. I was lost and confused for a little while, but right now I'm just feeling so much sadness. I'm finally switching my dietary regimens to much more strict, which I'm already very strict in most people's eyes, but I think my body just needs a lot more care, a lot more love, and a lot more attention. And so I'm feeling like I'm finally willing to take those steps in a very authentic way. But it makes me really sad of what I have to give up. And that's what this whole process is us really letting go of this part of ourselves. And the sadness is really normal. So a lot of the times when people are really depressed, it's because their body is trying to awaken, and they're really, like, I have this belief, and I don't know if it's real or if whatever, but for me, this is what I believe, that we can do all of this work on an energetic level. We can love ourselves through our energetic bodies, and we can love ourselves like we can have all of this work done out here, and we can raise our vibration from an energetic standpoint, but our body is way different. How we are going to love ourselves through our body is way different than loving ourselves energetically. And so we can make all of these changes in our energetic realm, like for our energetic bodies, and when they don't sync up to our bodies, it causes chaos. And so that sadness can increase tenfold because you really have absolutely no idea what's going on. Or there's all of this stress. I mean, for like a good 6 months, I was running around like I really feel like I love myself. Why am I self-sabotaging? Why am I doing all of this? Why don't I project how much I feel inside? And it was the strangest thing. But I think that there's a difference between loving ourselves energetically and growing energetically and raising the bar energetically and raising our body energetically, or raising our bodies, you know? So it's just crazy. And so what you're going to do for your body is way different than what you're going to do for your energetic. And the two can be combined, but and that's what I'm really working on learning, is how to combine both techniques together to make it really applicable, to make it really easy, to make it really fluid. Because when we're so focused on raising our vibration energetically and doing all of this work energetically and not focused on grounding all of that into our bodies and doing the brain work and doing then a lot of chaos starts to happen. And that's where so much of these symptoms of dark night of the soul come in, and suicide, and that are absolutely normal in people that are transcending. It's wild. But what I'm finding is that when I really ground these things into my body and start doing the work that it takes for my body to love myself, for my brain to release these programs, for like making that distinction, then I'm finally starting to experience peace. I'm finally starting to experience fulfillment. You know, I've been doing this for years, and it's like, well, this is supposed to work, and this is supposed to work, and this is supposed to work, and not everything works as much as they say it does because of this. There's just this massive distinction. And for me, at least, what has really, really worked is combining the two together and grounding it into my body every time. And that's not just me sitting down and doing, you know, the meditations that say to ground. Any grounding meditation really is kind of defeating the purpose of grounding, because you're meditating. That's connecting, but it's still you're still trying to connect to something outside of yourself a lot of the times with those meditations. And the biggest grounding that you can do is connecting to your body and to connecting to yourself, and not the earth or whatever all of those grounding meditations say to do. Those don't feel very grounding to me. And what's been the only thing that has worked for me, and I've tried everything, is just doing the physical applications of self-love. And it's so much more than just eating or taking a bath when you're feeling stressed, or making sure that you have time for yourself. Like those are very 3D concepts. I'm more talking about connecting to yourself, releasing, like loving your fears and releasing that need to control, trusting your heart, but in a very physical way, connecting to the physical sensations in your body, and various other things that I will talk about in one of my next videos. So that's what I'm going through today. That's what came up my meditation didn't seem like it was really powerful. It seemed really low-key, really uneventful, really weird. I was thinking a lot of thoughts that were strange, and I don't know how connected I felt. But then afterwards, all of these emotions came up, like, well, that was disappointing. And then all of a sudden this rush of sadness came through, and then I felt really lost and confused, and I've just been really sitting with all of that today. And it's just amazing how much you process and how much comes up after that connection time, afterwards. So if you're meditating and you don't think that anything is happening, I promise you something is happening. My husband will contest to how much is happening, because he hasn't had an eventful meditation. He has had maybe 1 or 2 meditations that are like mine, where emotions will come up and he will be working through stuff. But for the most part, he just kind of sits there, and he gets restless leg syndrome, and he doesn't get any thoughts. He doesn't get any emotions. He just sits there. Nothing comes up for him. Or he'll have like all of these really weird and random thoughts come up. And, he'll try to connect to his heart. He'll do all of these things. But, he experiences things so differently. But today he woke up and he felt like a completely different person. Like, it's working for him. It's all working for him. Like, he'll text me and we'll have this big long conversation about what's going on with him, and I'll help him work through it, and vice versa. But, no matter what is going on, if you're sitting there connecting with yourself... Hey, calm down. Calm down. Oh, calm down. Calm down. Sorry, my dogs. I guess that's time for me to go, because I should probably take care of my dogs. We just got a puppy, and my Lola is very territorial. So that kind of happens every once in a while. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.